Did this trap get you? I want to know. If it got you, then maybe it stole your umph, your drive. You feel like that motivation got zapped recently. If that's the case, then you definitely want to listen to this episode and find out what's going on and what you can do about it. This is the Enjoy Life podcast. If you feel overwhelmed or stuck and you want to break free so that you can find your power to take action to achieve your goals and enjoy life, then you're in the right place. Welcome, my friend. I am glad that you're here. My name is Nick Mazie, and it's my desire to be your guide through this material so that you can choose your mindset, goals, and actions so you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want to go and enjoy it. Now let's dive right in. All right, guys, welcome to the episode 197, Enjoy Life. I'm always glad that you're here and joining in. Today we're talking about this trap. And I want you to watch out for this trap, because this trap can steal your zing, your umph, your drive. You got to beware. You got to be vigilant and be ready. Because this dangerous trap can rear its ugly head. It can pop up, mid-spring, late summer, early fall. It tends to be when it tends to come out the most. It's kind of a seasonal thing. It feeds on routine and complacency. Let's explore what this is so that you can do something about it and stop it so that you won't fall for this trap again, and you'll be able to continue to make progress and achieve your goals no matter what time of year it is. But before we dive into today's episode, I want to give you a quick reminder. You may have heard it on past episodes, but I got to tell you again, there are goal killers out there that stop you from making the progress that you want. They stop you from achieving your goals. And they're common. Man, I wish they weren't this common. I wish people could just go after and achieve what they want. Put in the work and make it happen. But these goal killers, they pop up. And they're sneaky. Some of them are really sneaky. And I don't want them to stop you from achieving your goals. So I made a list. It's 7 goal killers to avoid. And these are super common ones. 7 goal killers to avoid. And you can get the 7 goal killers at nickmazie.com/7GK. nickmazie.com/7GK. Check it out. Get the goal killers. And what's neat is that when you get access to that little cheat sheet, the 7 goal killers to avoid, I'll give you some more information that will actually kind of walk you through larger areas that can end up holding you back to really kind of show you how to avoid those so that you can really make progress and achieve what you want. Can't do the work for you. You still got to do the work. But at least with this cheat sheet, you can make some of the progress, overcome some of the things that might be holding you back, and make it a little bit easier so that you can keep moving forward toward the life that you want. So get the cheat sheet at nickmazie.com/7GK, nickmazie.com/7GK. Get the cheat sheet, take action, make progress, achieve your goals, and enjoy life. All right, y'all. Now we're on to today's episode. Let's get into it. I just want to say, don't fall for this trap. Don't fall for this trap. Because other people might. No, I take it back. Other people will, but not you. Not you, because we're going to talk about it. We're going to shine a little light on this trap and expose it for what it is. This trap that I'm talking about, you might kind of know a little bit about what I'm about to say, just because I talked about how it's particularly dangerous and rears its ugly head in the mid-spring, sometimes in the late summer, early fall. And what it is, it's that middle lull, that lull in the middle. That's kind of a funny word, lull. It's like lullaby, and that's what it is. It's just kind of relaxing, but not in a good sense of relaxing. It's where that complacency comes up, that where you're just in that routine, you're in the daily grind, and you just don't have that umph and that really drive to burst through and really go after your goals, just because you've gotten kind of lulled into that middle, or what sometimes people call the messy middle. What was particularly sneaky about it is a lot of times it pops up when it's not near a meaningful time. So this lull does not happen right after New Year's or right at New Year's. No, because that's a meaningful time. We've assigned this meaning to either the end or the beginning of a year, and so we don't have a lull there. That's when a lot of people are setting goals, and the gyms are always filled because everyone's got this new fitness goal, this health goal, and they're working hard toward it. Sometimes it's not at the beginning of summer, because at the beginning of summer, people are excited to get out and get outside and to have fun, or they're getting ready to go to the beach. So they're exercising a whole lot to get their bodies in shape for the beach, or whatever it is. If there's a meaningful time, then a lot of times this lull is not there. Now, I'd venture to say that some of the lockdowns and restrictions that have gone on because of COVID kind of probably made this a lot worse, because you don't have as much social interaction and such like that. But if you think about the New Year's resolutions, it's easy to start with that bang, that big umph. Whatever it is, whatever that meaningful time is, it's easy to hit that with a lot of energy and umph and zing, because it's that meaningful time. And even in the middle, in the dead middle, like a few episodes ago, or a couple months ago in episodes, talked about that midpoint kind of check-in or review. Sometimes we can add a meaningful time then, at the halfway point, and that can kind of be a good time to review and check in, to see where we're at, to see how we can make some improvements, some adjustments, and bring a little bit more energy to our goals in our life so that we can guide them to go where we want them to go. But that doesn't prevent this lull from happening in the in-between time, when there's not that meaningful time point that we can kind of assign to. There's not a designated check-in because we're not at a halfway point. So what counts, though, what really counts is what you're doing to make sure that you don't have those time periods where, I wouldn't even say you're not making progress, because if you get stuck in the lull, like let's just say you had a health goal. That lull is when you're really backtracking, when you're sliding back, when it's not that you just haven't stuck to your exercise, your diet routines. It's that you're actually regressing. I don't want you to regress. I want you to make progress. You see, your goals, they're important to you. They're valuable to you. That's why they're your goals. And what's going to end up making the difference between you achieving what you want, between you living the life that you want or not, is your behavior when it's not easy. When it's easy, yeah, everyone's doing it. Like I said, everyone's at the gym at the beginning of the new year. You're exercising. Because there's a meaningful time there, and that makes it a whole lot easier because you have that motivation, you have that umph, that drive. But what's going to make the difference is what you do when it's not easy. And if you're wondering if this might, when this applies or how to identify this, when is this lull going on? When it's easier for you to put things off. When it's easier for you to not take action towards your goal. When it's easier for you to just forget about doing something, or I said put it off, because you don't feel like doing it. When you don't feel like doing it, and that ends up dictating what you do, you might be in this lull. Or you need to do something, you need to take this action towards your goal, and you're just not doing it. So let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a secret. Successful people and unsuccessful people both hate doing the same things. The difference is successful people do them anyways. This is what you got to take when you're in that lull, when this trap's got you, when this trap has you. You got to remember that successful people, those people that achieve their goals, that live the lives they want, that guide their lives to go where they want to go, and they're on track and on purpose and intentional, those people hate doing the same things that you're putting off. They don't like it. But they do them anyways. And so, you know what? You can do them anyways. You can do those things that you're putting off. This little lull, this trap, doesn't have to have you. And so if you feel like you've got it, if you feel like you're in that trap, I want you to do a few things. I want you to do a few things. I want you to identify what you want. This is your goal. What goal do you have? Identify your goal. If you're struggling with setting some goals, you can just go to nickmacy.com, search for goals. I got a whole resource page on goals. You can find some information there. All right, so we want you to identify your goal, because there ain't no sense in trying to get out of a trap if you don't know where you want to go. So what are your goals? Next, why is that goal important to you? Your why. Your reasoning behind that. This is a huge asset right here. Huge asset. Because when you got a big enough why, you can overcome anyhow. When you got that why that is all powerful, that goal resonates with your core being and your values, because it speaks to what you want in your life and what you value most. When that why is that big and that important, man, ain't nothing can hold you back. You just got to make it that big. You got to bring it to the front of your mind so that you can see it, you can taste it, you can smell it. You know how important this goal is. And then, by God, nothing can hold you back. You'll go after it. You'll break through. So I want you to think about that goal. Think about the what. Think about the why. You know, why it's important. So you got the what, the why. And then the only other thing you got to do is that next step. That next step. A particularly dangerous area of this lull, this trap, is when you start to think about all the things you have to do to achieve that goal. Don't. Stop that. Don't think about all the things you have to do to achieve your goal. No, it's just the next thing. The next thing's the only thing you can do. You can't do step number 22 when you're on step number 2. Don't worry about step number 22. You might not have the skills, abilities, resources, knowledge, anything for step number 22 when you're on step number 2. But I tell you what, when you knock out step number 2, you'll get a little bit better. You'll get a little bit smarter. You might even get some better resources along the way because people see you pursuing your goals. So don't worry about all that stuff for step number 22. Do the next step. What, why, and next. All you got to do. All right, so just kind of review, just kind of bring it back in. You know, guys, notice what's going on. Just notice what's going on. Paying attention can be a huge benefit. You notice what's going on. You notice that you're not taking action. You notice that you're not pushing yourself. Okay, that is what it is. You know, that's going on. Now, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Your goals aren't easy. Your goals are, they're still goals. You haven't achieved them yet. So it's going to take some work, but you can do it. And if you're stuck in that trap, then you can get out. It's going to take some work, but you can get out. I'm recommending identify what you want, why it's important to you, and that next step. And then do that next step. That's it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. It's already hard work, but don't make it more complicated. It can be easy, it can be simple, maybe not easy, but it can be simple. Keep it simple. Do what you got to do to move forward. That way you can achieve your goals. I want that for you. I want that for you and your life. Because if we had a world more full of people that set goals that were important and went after them, man, this whole world would be so much better. And you can do your part to make this world better by setting those goals that are important and valuable for your life and going after them. And one way is get out of this lull, get out of this trap if you're in it right now. All right? Because you can do it. You can do it, my friend. I promise you can do it. And all the effort and all the work you put into your life is worth it. Because you get to experience the benefits, because this is your life. Go make it what you want it to be. Well, thank you for listening to today's episode of the Enjoy Life podcast. You're not going to want to miss the next one. In fact, you probably want to go ahead and subscribe right now, because the next episode, we're going to talk about how to be if you want to enjoy life. How to be if you want to enjoy life. You don't want to miss that one, so go ahead and subscribe. And also, always, if you find any information in here valuable or helpful, make sure you share it. Make sure you share it. There's so much junk and noise out there. I need you to help share a message of positivity and encouragement, because I believe people need that more these days, more and more as time passes. So partner with me. Help me to share this good message of positivity. It might be this episode or a past one that particularly resonated with you. Make sure you go out there and share it anywhere, social media, or just word of mouth. Tell your friend about it. All right. Thank you for listening. Take care, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week. I want to take just a moment right here to say I am glad that you're here. I am glad that you're joining in, you're listening in, you're taking action, you're following through on some of the information that we talk about. The pieces that apply to your life, that resonate with you, you're doing something about it. And that's awesome. I love that. I love that so much because I believe that you are powerful, you are capable. I believe you can claim your power to guide your life to go in the direction that you want to go and enjoy it. That's what this podcast is here, and this is what my message is here for you to do. But I am counting on you a little bit. I'm counting on you to help share this message with other people. There's a million podcasts out there these days, and if you take just a moment, just one quick moment, you can help more people to find this message. You can either share it on social media, or you can take a second and just give a rating and review. That way more people can find this podcast, this episode, and this message. I want this message to help you, and I want it to help the people that you know that it might resonate with too. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for sharing this message. Thank you for being you. All right. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon.